It was quite an impressive win tonight by your team. You guys came out with a lot of energy. It looked like you had pretty much an easy victory tonight. What were your comments on that?
Wasn't easy by no means. You know, we found a way to come out aggressive, both offensively and defensively. And I think me and Blake set the tone early. And you know, we talked about it after the game when myself along with Blake comes out aggressive like that on both ends of the court. It makes us a lot tougher to beat.
Chris, you came here a year ago to a franchise that's been, you know, on the downturn for most of their existence. And a year later, you're a Pacific Division champion. What does that mean to you, and how do you feel about that?
It means a lot. It means that we're headed in the right direction, you know, but, you know, there was no cake, no champagne popping or anything like that in the locker room. And I think that says even more about our team and that we're not satisfied. You know, we understand that this is something small compared to the big picture. You know, we just want to continue to work hard and now keep trying to play the right way going into the playoffs. Like we've been saying for a while, you know, as bad as we were playing a little while ago, we could only get better. So if we keep this pace up, we'll be okay.
In the bigger picture of things, can you appreciate what happened? I mean, considering what this
I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. We've had the opportunity to speak to season ticket holders who have been here for a very, very long time and have been waiting for this. You know, so it's not just about us guys in the locker room. I think it's about the organization. It's about the Sterling family. You know, they've been doing this for a long time now, so it's good to see what that feels like.
Chris, do you hope they commemorate this season? I mean, obviously the goal is to win the World Championship, but the majority of teams do celebrate division titles. Do you hope that they do at the end of this year?
No question. But I think at the same time, it's one of those things we can let our fans decide. You know, it's that simple. That's who we do it for. We do it for our fans and the people who have supported us all season long. And like I said, we've been here way before there was any Chris Paul and Blake Griffin.
You guys could have clinched the division on a day that you weren't playing or clinched it earlier, but to do it today at home against the team that you did, is there any special significance?
It's good to clinch the division, but what I told the guys before the game is that we knew that with a Golden State loss, we still could have clinched the division, but we didn't want to do it that way. We wanted to clinch the division on our own terms and win a game, a big emotional game like this here in the city, and we were able to do that.
The T-shirts, no one put them on. You guys saw them, but can you touch on that? That kind of goes to your point of bigger things, I guess.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I think this is only my second time ever winning division since I've been in the NBA. I felt like I was in the toughest division of professional sports in New Orleans with Dallas and San Antonio. And I remember when we won the division in New Orleans. I remember the game. It was a home game, and we celebrated. We put T-shirts on. You remember that, D-Rod? It was crazy. It was very emotional because our team had never won a division, and it's just a different feeling now. It's just a different feeling now, and I think now we feel like it was something we were supposed to do.
Blake, this is the first time Chris has won one, but this is the first time you've won one. Does it mean anything more, or did you guys kind of adopt the more veteran mentality towards it? This is only a stop.
I mean, it means something to me. Like you said, this is my first one, and never having been in that situation, or you know, really my first year not even being close. It means something to me, but at the same time, like you said, we kind of had the mindset that this is what we were supposed to do, and we want something a little bit more than that.
Like,
What are the issues that you addressed that maybe contributed to some of the recent losses? What do you think you addressed that led to this victory?
We just talked about our intensity, you know, on defense, and then once we do get the ball, you know, if somebody scores, they score. If we have a breakdown, to not sit and dwell on it, just to get it out and play with pace. You know, I thought we did a tremendous job, especially to start the second half of, you know, getting stops, and even when we didn't get stops, you know, get it out, kick it ahead. CP was making plays, Karan was hitting shots, DJ was running. We all did our part.
Blake, can you talk about the impressive win you had against the Lakers and dominating for all 4 games?
It's always good to sweep a team in your division, you know, sweep a team in the West. It's always good to get wins. So I'm proud of the way we won each game a little bit differently. You know, some games were you know, out of reach. You know, we didn't have to play in the fourth quarter. And some games one of the games we had to dig it out. In this game, we kind of played with it at a nice pace throughout the entire game.
would like to essentially close the game out with the three-pointer, and I mean, the way that you reacted, you had some big dunks, but tell me where that shot ranks, I guess.
I mean, it's important to execute down the stretch, and the thing that I was laughing about was I missed every single shot before that. And that's just the thing, guys are on the bench telling me, keep shooting. We want you to take that shot. We see you every day before practice, keep shooting. And I was just like, man, you guys are crazy. So for it to go in, I was laughing, and we had a little laugh about it, but it was a good feeling.
Like you said, your first year, you were pretty far away from this point, but when you look at that journey from that vantage point, how bleak did it look, and how intimidating did it look, as far as trying to get where you are right now?
I wouldn't really use the word intimidating, because it's about, we talked about it my first year that I actually played and laying a foundation. It's not going to happen overnight. Very few teams kind of come together, new coach, very young team come together and win their first year. I remember when I was at Oklahoma my sophomore year, and Oklahoma City had just moved there, and they were like 2-23 at one point, and that's completely forgotten. Nobody talks about those days. So it's a process, and you just have to keep moving in the right direction. It's not always going to be at a fast pace, but you have to keep taking those steps.
Where do you guys get this perspective? Is that Chris? Is that the veteran guys that are really pushing that on you, on the younger players?
Which perspective?
In terms of staying with the process, not celebrating this too long.
That's how I learned. I learned that from my dad. I learned that from just really my brother and his work ethic. From as a kid, watching that some days you're not always gonna feel like you're on top of your game, but as long as you keep working, as long as you keep improving, you're gonna be fine. And then that turns over, that carries over into a team aspect of, not every day or not every month or week or whatever it is, you're not gonna feel like you're playing at your best. But as long as you stay together and keep everybody still on the same page and working for the right thing, the good things are gonna happen. It's inevitable.